Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bullhucker podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
Randy Weimer.
Randy Weimer. We got a newbie on the podcast. We had a co-host not show up. He was with his boyfriend in Greeley, if I understand, and that's okay. God bless.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Love is love, baby. Love is love, you know.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Hey, Jerry Cage, we still love you, bro.
Whatever
we
makes
still
you
love
feel good.
So we got a little better guy today. Got Randy Weimer, who I've been trying like hell to get on the podcast for a while now, because this is a bullshitter right here like I've never seen.
And you got him.
And it's funny because I got the other one I know in my life. Rob Funderhide, how are you?
I'm here, Larry, so my life's kind of spiraling.
Yeah. You finally made it. You're on my $3 podcast, so congratulations.
Again.
Randy, how are you, man? I've been seeing you for a long time, bro.
Doing good.
Yeah. Just hanging in there.
Yeah, pretty much so.
Randy, we just threw him into the mix right now, so he's going to try and acclimate here. I've been trying to shove booze in him for a little bit now, so we'll see if how we go with this. So before we go any further, I will say, welcome to the Bullhucker podcast. If you're new to the podcast, what we do is we bring on a guest. Today's Rob Funderhide. What Rob's going to do is tell us 3 stories about his life. Now, here's the kicker. Only 2 of these stories are true. One's either halfway made up, all the way made up, or it's a borrowed story. And at the end of the podcast, Randy and I are going to try and guess which one we think is a bullshit story. Now, I think Randy might have you might have a advantage over me because you have known Rob for how long?
Oh, for
A couple of years.
Yeah. 6 months.
6 months. I don't mean naked. I mean as a friend. That's...
Oh, yeah, 7 months.
Fair enough. So I'm only at 3 months. So I see.
I miss those communal showers.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? You don't have to wait, right? Just hop on in, and don't drop shit. That's the 2 rules. It's fine. So, Rob, are you ready to tell us some stories?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to read them off for you. We got 3. First of all, if you watch Rob's first episode, which was back in...
A couple of years ago.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. I labeled the immortal Rob because Rob should be dead right now from all these stories. So
I'm working on it.
He's trying to speed the process up at times. So we have combines will kill you, cows will kill you, and meth heads will kill you. So, Randy, why don't you pick one out? You want to hear about combines, cows, or meth heads?
I'm going to have to go with the meth heads.
Meth heads will kill you. All right.
Well, you guys may know this story. I mean, it's fairly recent. Oh, gosh. I'm thinking it was 2017, maybe. And I was running out towards, in my truck. These are all truck stories, by the way.
Semis.
Yeah, semis.
Okay.
Yeah, well, okay, for the uninitiated, a pickup is not a truck, it's a pickup.
Okay.
A truck is a truck.
Okay, calm down, redneck.
Anyway, so I'm in my truck heading out to Yuma Dairy in Yuma, Colorado, early in the morning. And as I'm gone past Otis, Colorado, which was about 40 miles east of Fort Morgan, as I started around, there's a big curve that curves to the right, just as you're coming toward Yuma, where you're going to cross over an overpass in the railroad tracks.
Right.
And just as I'm coming up to that curve, there's a car coming at me, and I see his headlights. It's not quite daylight yet. It's dawn, and his headlights are coming at me. And as he's coming out of the corner, he doesn't correct. He's still just turning. That's a nice gradual turn, so he's just gradually coming into my lane at the same speed as he was. Well, we're pretty damn close, so I start scooting over because he's gonna wake up and realize that this is my half of the road,
right? And you're in a much bigger vehicle than him.
Well, and with lots of lights and all that stuff, and there's 4 others right behind me.
All right.
And I'm thinking that he's gonna see me, so I'm really not even like slamming on the brakes or anything. I'm just scooting over, and I'm scooting over, and I'm scooting over, and now my tires are in the dirt. And he just keeps coming, and so finally, just at the last instant, I cranked the wheel to the right and went ahead and took it into the ditch.
Really?
And and then that's probably the only thing that didn't kill him. And the only reason this guy's still alive is because instead of going right up underneath me, he basically took everything off the left side of my truck.
Really?
The front tire, the fuel tanks, he bounced off of the tag axle and the drive tires, and ended up on the other side of the road, all mashed to hell. And
What was he driving, Rob?
a Blazer,
Okay,
a
so-
small Blazer, one of the small
Okay.
ones, and yeah, and I trucks went flying by. I eventually came to a screeching halt, because it's funny how, once your tires come off, you stop rather quick.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Damn it.
That's true. That part is true.
And
Especially your drive tires, which are your front.
well, your steering tires
Oh,
is one. Yeah, now the only thing your bumper and your engine is what's.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get out of the truck because I don't know what's on fire, if anything, and I get the door open and there's no steps because he took those with him, and that's not good. And I jumped down and well, first I guess before I jumped down, I immediately grabbed the cell phone. The trucks had company phones in,
Right.
and and I called the company and told them, I said, get ambulance, fire trucks, everybody out here, police.
Right.
Told them right where we were, and then I got out. By the time I got up to where this guy's at, there were people that were behind him that have stopped. The people, with the exception of a Montford's truck that was right behind me, there was going to be an accident. Even if I'd avoided this guy,
Yeah.
he was going to get hit,
Yeah.
because this Montford driver was that close to me.
Right.
And but on a saving grace, this Montford driver had a dash cam, and that actually
Saved your ass.
saved my ass, because it showed everything that happened. It wasn't just my word against the meth head.
Right.
But that's the thing. This guy, turns out, had literally just gotten out of jail the evening before. Widely known in that county for his meth-related activities and his
Yeah.
criminal endeavors and such. And all right, they flight for lifed him, and I answered a whole bunch of questions, and eventually they turned me loose and they hauled me back to the yard. And if you ever want a memory of this, every time you go to fill up your sanitizer bottle, I
Yeah.
put that on the wall that afternoon, because I had to have something to do, because I can't drive until they get the results of a drug test back.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I put that up.
Did you installed it?
That was me.
You call it, who does that? Who is Eco, or who does that? It's Cintas, right?
No, I don't know where.
fills it with-
Our safety guy Warren brought it
Our
in.
ex-safety guy, Warren Walker. You son of a bitch.
Warren Walker.
That's scary shit, especially when he hits the tank, the gas tank, the fuel tank.
I didn't even think about it at the time. I wondered, I mean, because I mean, it's a pretty solid hit, and you're bounced around pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're not thinking real straight. All I'm thinking is, I need to get out of this cabin. I need to
Right.
get some people moving to
Right.
get here, because this guy is not going to be in good shape.
Yeah.
I mean, a semi just ran into him, so he's not going to be in good shape.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, all the weeds and everything's covered in fuel. The truck's covered in fuel. Everything's covered in fuel. And well, why the hell? And where's my fuel tank? And it's about 40 feet up in front of me, and I'm
Shit.
all bent to hell. And well, why is my fuel tank up there?
Right.
Why is it in front of me? This guy, he hit it, knocked it off. Why isn't it behind me?
Right.
Well, the Montford truck that was right on my ass, is when this guy knocked the fuel tank off, he ended up hitting the fuel tank. That guy ricocheted fast enough over to the other lane that he didn't get hit by Montford's, but Montford nailed the fuel tank and sent it flying.
There was but behind Mumford there was regular cars.
And another truck.
So but you might save someone's life. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, what I mean,
Him hitting it, yeah.
he hits another regular car. They're
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I said there was going to be a wreck.
Right.
Whether it was me or somebody behind me, there was a wreck coming.
Yeah.
And yeah, the postscript to that is that the police out there were mad at me for a while.
Why?
Because I didn't kill him. You know, I mean, I hit him with a semi. What more? You know?
Twitchy Jack guy up, boys. Is he dead? No, Twitchy Jack
God
lives.
damn it.
They're like methods like crack cockroaches, but they'll live forever. Nuclear war happens. There'll be energy drinks, cockroaches, and meth heads.
Meth heads, yeah.
That's all it's gonna be on the world, man.
When they deposed me, I was out in California, and they had a lawyer call me to depose me, and I asked him. I said, "All right." I said, "Now I know this guy's going to sue." I said, "Are you guys are not going to pay this fella, are you?"
Right.
And he said, "Well, you know, I mean, whatever's cheapest for the company." I said, "No." I said, "You need to stand for something
Yeah.
on this." I said, "Don't pay this guy
Yeah.
for bad behavior."
Right.
You know, this guy doesn't deserve to be wealthy for the rest of his life. A, it'll kill him.
Right.
You know, if you think he'll change his lifestyle
No,
now that,
he'll
he,
just
now that
get
he's
more.
in constant pain, you think
Yeah.
he's really gonna give up drugs now?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
now he can afford to have as much as he wants.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not a paycheck to paycheck situation with the drugs. Yeah.
yeah. But the thing about it is, you never forget.
No.
You said you had Donnie Sperry's daughter on.
Yeah.
Okay, talking to Donnie, when I mentioned this to him, because Donnie had an accident just off of the Wiggins
Oh, that's
overpass,
right, yeah.
Okay.
and I told him, I said, you know, the one thing that keeps coming back to me on it all, I said, was the sound.
Oh, I bet.
I said the sound of that impact is like nothing you've ever had, you know.
Right.
And I said, man, I said that haunts you, and
So-
and he agreed.
How long did it take you to realize what happened?
For me to realize what happened,
Yeah.
immediate. I mean, I saw it coming.
But I mean, how bad it was. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
you're in a little bit of shock, right, when it first happens.
Well,
like,
yeah. I mean, it kind of goes, you know, the old slow motion deal.
Right.
It really kind of does. I mean, when you look back at it, it really every detail's there.
Right.
But yeah, initially, you know, I'm trying to grab the phone and I'm fumbling around, and I mean, you know, you're trying to, you know, instantly your adrenaline goes from nothing to 100,
Right.
and you know, you're about as amped up as you can get.
Right.
And yeah, yeah, yeah. That guy,
Is he around still? You know?
I don't know. I mean, he didn't die from the wreck. The last I heard, he lost his leg. And
wow.
I'm pretty sure that was happening because he was stuck in the cab.
I think
Yeah.
I seen a one-legged meth head at Yuma the
Did you?
other day. Yeah.
And he was probably going really fast in circles.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Give him another hit, watch him run. Put him in a lake, watch a whirlwind or a.
Yeah, we're horrible humans, you know that?
Yeah, well, yeah, if you ever watch his podcast, that's pretty mild. There's some horrible stuff said on his podcast. So that's crazy. Yeah. What do you think about that one, Randy?
I think it happens. Yeah.
Yeah. You believe that story?
Well, he ought to. He was working at the same company as I was when it did.
Fair enough.
Actually, I think you were too, weren't you?
2017. No, I've been at Pepsi still.
Were you?
I was at the dryer from 2009 to 11. And 11 went to Pepsi. Came back to work for DFA in 2019.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, it was either 17 or 18. I'd have to.
There's only been one like that since I've been here, and it wasn't our driver's fault either. Up there on heading up to Deer Valley.
Deer Valley.
Yeah, I mean that
right
was a
up there,
situation too, where I think that kid was suicidal that hit him. Right?
Well, he was going, from everything I heard, just super fast,
Just
flying down
and that's downhill.
and overcorrected.
Yeah.
He got off to the side and then overcorrected.
And bam.
And yeah,
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
That's
I remember that because that was, yours was Willie Herzig's truck.
Yeah.
He had retired, but
yeah.
White Shirt Willie.
white shirt
Yep.
Willie. And I remember Willie said that he felt a disturbance in the force when that happened.
Sure he did. Sure he did. Once I got back to the office, that was like one of the first phone calls I had to call him. The last time I talked to him was to
Really?
let him know that, Willie, I understand you're feeling ill at ease right now at home. I'll let you know. I killed your truck.
I killed your truck. Well, what do you do? What was the truck number?
334.
They brought it back then. They fixed it, right?
They rebuilt it, the idiots. Yeah.
Idiot.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
never right.
All right. Okay. I remember 334
Yeah.
because it was one of those. Was it automatic? No.
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 Okay. The piece of shit.
Kenworth. No, I wasn't. No,
It was a good truck
Yeah.
until
Till
that
I
happened, yeah.
somebody
Until Funderhide got a hold of it.
four wheeling with it. Yeah.
All right. It's a crazy story, and I think I remember hearing something about that. Although I think I heard the story a little differently. So we'll have to compare notes when we do it. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and compare notes with me.
Well, no, when we're done, you tell me the bullshit one, but I'll tell you what I heard. So, anyway, it was meth heads will kill you, and that's just basic for everybody. People out there, you just don't touch them. So they're dirty. I got 2 left. Combines will kill you, and cows will kill you. There's always one I want to hear most. We'll save it for last. So instead, let's hear combines will kill you.
Combines will kill you.
Damn combines.
This would have been 1988. And this one and the other one actually take place almost 1 year apart, and with the same company. And I just literally had just started learning to haul cows. I mean, I'd been driving for a long time, but I'd never hauled
Okay.
cows. So there was a guy that was behind me. They kind of had me shadowing him shadowing me
Okay.
for a couple weeks. We went everywhere, the same place, loaded, and he helped teach me how I should load cows, because there actually is a system to it.
Really?
Just stuff them all in until you can't get any more in.
That's the system.
Yeah, no, there is a system.
I was gonna say, that's the scientific system. Is that?
As to what you put where, for weight on your axles, that sort of thing.
Oh, I
So,
got you. Okay.
Yeah, so there is a way to doing it that you need to know. And so anyway, he's running behind me. We started out, we loaded cows up at, oh shit. I want to, problem with something from 1988. It was a little feedlot outside of Greeley.
Oh shit! I don't know.
Doesn't matter. It was a small feedlot outside of Greeley.
I'd have been 13 years old, so.
Yeah. Well, then you remember it. It was outside of Greeley. Oh wait, you're a Pueblo boy.
I was here at 13. But anyway.
Okay. But anyway, so we're taking these cows down. There was him and I and 2 others, and the 2 others were running up in front of us, and nobody had cell phones then. Everything's radios, so
Sure.
so we're just communicating back and forth. We got these cab over Volvo Whites, which were an invention of the Nazi Party. I swear to God, they were a torture instrument if you spend any time in them.
And for those who don't drive truck, what exactly is it? Like, how's it different from now?
A cab over engine. COE is what the initials are, and that's literally those bull-nosed, flat-nosed trucks where the engine is right underneath the driver's seat. The front axle you're sitting on top of the front axle. There's no hood out in front of and if you get in an accident, you are the first on the scene. And this company was cheap, and that's what they bought. So yeah.
It's like, for nerds at home, it's like Optimus Prime. He was a cab
Yeah,
over.
there you go. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah. Only that was a nice one. That was a Kenworth.
A nice paint job, turned into a robot, could kill
Yeah.
your friends and family. No, it was a better one, yeah.
Ooh. Man, how come I can't have a truck that turns into a robot?
Well, you know what? Never say never, Rob. You spend your retirement on something cool. You bought a Jeep for your wife. Tell her you want to kill a robot. Fair's fair.
Good point, Larry.
Yeah, see?
Good point.
See?
Do what? Anyway, so we're heading down. We got south of Goodland, Kansas, on State Highway 27. That's what those little notations are. And
Okay.
I had to look up and remind myself what the highways were. And as we're heading south there, the guys in front of me were yelling back that there was a combine coming. And they said, hey, watch out, this guy has got his ladder extended. All right, I know exactly. Actually, everything I know about combines, I learned that day.
Okay.
So apparently, the ladder can be, I think it just telescopes up and down.
It pulls up, yeah.
Yeah.
When you're loading them or
Yeah.
loading them.
Yeah. And he had his down.
Okay.
So it's sticking out quite a ways.
All right.
And Highway 27, at least at that time, was a narrow goddamn piece of road.
So it's like in a clothesline, yeah. Is that what you're talking about, sticking out, or it's sticking out back behind it?
No, it's
They kind of went out and over the big tire on the
Yeah.
combine, kind of
Okay.
like this.
Yeah.
So they're
but it adds like an
Okay.
extra 2 feet to the
Okay.
width on this thing.
Right.
And the guys were saying that, goddamn, I mean, they just barely cleared him with inches, and they're warning us, hey, if you can find a wide spot, turn a driveway, something. And No, and I see him coming now.
Right.
And there's a little elevator up in front of me, and I'm thinking, ooh, if I could just get in there, I can just swerve into there and avoid this.
Yeah.
But he's coming too fast. And I'm literally, I'm over and I'm kicking up dirt, and there's a little ditch, just a ditch there, but it's deep. It's 2 or 3 feet deep, and there is no shoulder, and I'm kicking up dirt, and I mean, they're just inches before I'm going to go into this ditch, and I really don't want to park in this ditch.
Right.
And so I think, well, the other 2 guys missed him, and I'm just as far over as I can get. Just all of a sudden, ka-wham, back to that sound again, and the window blew up. He took the mirror off. It literally tore the door off of one hinge and kind of had it hanging loose, and it all tweaked, and
Yeah.
I mean, it popped open, and it's bent to hell. The ladder is scraped down the side of the sleeper, and then hit the front of the trailer and tore some of those off. The panel didn't tear them off, but ripped like a rip in them
Okay.
as he went by, and the only reason I didn't end up in the ditch is because right when he hit me, I got to that driveway.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean the impact would have had me in that ditch, and
How
I
through-
mean I had to, I couldn't have been more than like a half a foot before I would have been. Yeah, it just a miracle that it didn't end up in the ditch, and I got stopped, and I'm trying not to, because I know I got glass all over in my face, and
Right.
And I'm trying not to rub my eyes or anything, and the guy that's behind me now, I hear him on the radio, and he's screaming at this combine.
Right.
He said, God damn it, you hit that truck. He said, you stop that thing, or I'll get up here and I'll drop this trailer and I'll bobtail back and catch your ass, and
Yeah.
you know I'll do it. And he pulls in there, and the other 2 guys, of course, they've heard what happened, and off the radio, so they're on up the road though. There's no sense in them coming back.
Right.
And so we're heading to Holcomb, Kansas, and so anyway, I get stopped there and walk up to the office, and they've got phones in there, and call a sheriff for us, and sheriff comes, and the kid had radioed back to the guy's name was Ken, by the way, that yelled at him, and he told him, oh, I'm stopping. It turns out this guy's like 16. He's a 16-year-old kid.
In the combine.
Yeah, well, he's in a truck. They're roading this combine.
Okay. Oh.
And they've got it on a trailer, and and that's the thing. The ladder needed to be stowed because it was wide all by itself.
Right.
And anyway, the sheriff goes and picks him up. Well, he stops and talks to us for a second, and then he goes down and picks him up, and then comes back to us, and tells us where there's a doctor in the next little town, and I'd have to look at a map to find out where
Right.
the name of this town was. But so we go there, and he rinses my face off. The doctor does, and I said, well, it feels like I've got some in my eye, and he looks at it. Really?
He brushes it.
Yeah.
You've been avoiding that.
Yeah, doing everything that I was trying not to do.
You've been avoiding it for like 3 hours this
I'm
point.
trying hard not to shove this glass into myself. And he looks at it and, really? Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah. The worst part of that one was then we didn't knock down any of my cows. Well, it didn't hurt them. Let's go with that. I
Yeah.
had no idea if any of them went down and got back up.
Right.
But we had to go to Holcomb, Kansas, to an IBP packing house there and offload. Okay, so I've got a door that's being held closed with a bungee cord, no mirror on that side. You know how hard it is to try to back up with just the way those chutes are made. You line up on the driver's side. It's not like they're
Rob,
yeah.
you've seen me try to back up regular, right? With everything in my
With all of your
facilities.
mirrors.
Yeah.
Sorry, Larry.
on a warm July day where it's nice and clear out, you've seen me try to do it, right?
Well, long story short, we got the cows off. Everything worked out.
Yeah.
The truck ended up back and getting fixed, and
I wouldn't want to haul cows. I've heard horror stories about it, man.
it's something that you'll either, if you don't like it, you won't do it very long, and you'll never do it again.
Right.
Or if you do like it, you'll
do
probably
it forever,
Yeah,
yeah.
you'll end up back at it.
Dave, you done it, Randy?
Yes, I have.
Oh, really? Did you like it?
You know, at the time I did. I
Really?
wouldn't do it now. Yeah.
Why? What's the difference now?
We're too old.
Yeah.
It's a young man's
It's a young,
game.
yeah.
It'll make
we,
you old.
We ran hard.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Real hard.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
off the books hard or what?
Oh, yeah.
The next story. Huh?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you guys are old school. You guys tell me all kinds of crazy shit at work. Like you were telling me about a truck you used to drive that had like a second two shifts
sticks in it, yeah. Yeah.
I've never even seen that in my life.
Call it a brownie.
Yeah. 6 and a 4. Yeah. Auxiliary. Yeah.
Yeah, the worst part is the guys that were good at it, as they're going down the road shifting, they've got one arm through the steering wheel, and they're using two hands to do this. Yeah. And they're
Well,
good at it.
The little camera nowadays would stop you from
Yeah.
doing that right now, right away. So
Camera nowadays wouldn't let you have two sticks. There's a reason why they don't do that anymore.
yeah, they don't want the one in
Yeah.
there. I'm sure. Here we're not going to have one for so much longer. So that'll be all automatics. Yay!
You know it's coming.
Yeah.
You know what? They did it with pickup. They did it with cars first, and then pickups. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
it is what it is.
But they don't go the places we go. So that's what. That's
But
what's tough.
they've had automatics in trucks
Yeah.
since the 70s.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
you know, Montford's, remember the circus wagons?
Yeah.
They were automatics.
Yeah.
What are
Ford-
what are circus wagons?
Montford used to be. Have you ever heard the expression on the highway, the Montford lane?
Uh-uh.
It used to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they would load and go to New York, straight to New York and straight back, and Montford paid speeding tickets.
Really?
Yeah,
They didn't care.
they didn't care. Yeah,
Just haul ass.
just go. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so they called the fast lane the Montford lane, and those trucks had 1693 4.25 Caterpillars with a Allison automatic in it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
How fast did they get to?
they're
I don't know what they would run out at, to tell you the truth. I knew some guys who drove them, and I think I can't remember how many hours they had to get to New York. And basically, they would drop that trailer, hook onto a netter, and just come straight back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a 2.5 day turnaround.
Jesus.
I mean, yeah, literally, you're not sleeping, and
You know what they have to do? Meth. That's how you get hooked. That's how you get hooked.
That's how the meth heads started.
Yeah, there you go.
How many white crosses did that guy eat? You know? That's funny. What did you think about that one, Randy?
That could be plausible. I'm gonna
Plausible?
keep that. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, to this day I don't like passing those things on the
Oh, I
country
know
roads.
it, yeah.
There's a dairy we do out in, you do every day out in Cope, and that road when the shortcut you guys take, I don't take it. I go down an XX. I had one come down that road one time, and I was just like,
Yeah.
now
There-
what?
yeah.
You know,
Meet them.
he backed up for me, but because he was close to where I had to turn, so he backed up. But I was thinking, if this was 3 more miles down the road, well, I'd probably be backing up. You know.
Well, I mean, theoretically they're wide enough for
Theoretically.
two. If you slow down and you crawl real slow.
Yeah.
It's what you got to worry about on those roads. It isn't the road not being wide enough; it's the road being solid enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the shoulder
know.
sucks.
Yeah, that last foot on there might just be loose, and that'll suck you in.
Yeah.
Then you're screwed.
I was out on 12 and 11 going that way,
Yeah.
where that gravel pit is over there.
Yeah, that's the way I'm talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that way.
And I got past that gravel pit, and I met the county pulling their Caterpillar to the pit. So I had to back up to the pit.
Oh, shit.
He's loaded, I'm empty, so luckily,
Right.
I mean, it worked out. But
You know, many times, like when it snows, there's icy on there, and that first big hill you got to go over on XX, dude. Because those shoulders, I don't trust them at all. So I stayed close to the middle of the road, and I told that guy at that dairy one day, I'm like, I don't know what you guys got to do, but I'm sick of driving like this, like coming over that hill. Like, please, Jesus, don't anybody be coming this way, because if so, I'm gonna hit them.
Well, I mean that's
yeah.
truck driving 101. I mean,
Yeah.
take your half out of the middle if there's nobody coming.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy stuff, man. Crazy job. So, all right, we got 2 down. We got combines and meth heads will kill you. We have one more death threat. Cows will kill you.
Stupid cows.
Stupid cows.
God bless cows. God bless them.
Okay, the same outfit. So I'm still driving a Volvo white cab over, and but it's a year
Optimus.
later, and where I actually had my wife in the truck with me this time. She got a week off, and she was working at Kmart at the time, and so I had her with me, and we I don't remember exactly what we did to get down into Oklahoma. I'm almost thinking that we had a load of cows back to that IBP plant again to begin with, but then we were dispatched empty down into Texas to pick up a load of cows at BF, Texas, which was just over the border from Oklahoma, and on Highway 270. Note the notation for 270.
All right.
And the only problem with that truck, and this is back to what you were talking about. Okay, so all this, I loaded Sunday morning. Like I said, I'm almost thinking it's that same feedlot going down to Holcomb. So Sunday morning we loaded, got unloaded, got back into the truck, told to get down, you got to load in the morning down in Texas. All right, so this is like 6 o'clock in the evening when we got these cows off. There's no sleeping now. We've still got 2 more states to get through. We got to get through from Kansas down into Oklahoma and down into Texas.
Right.
And so you do whatever you need to do to stay awake.
Right.
And sleeping really wasn't the problem for me. She was able to crawl back there, and we were getting all sorts of good sleep because the air conditioner was working. But as soon as I would stop that truck and just start idling, for whatever reason, that thing had breakers and not fuses, and it would just start kicking those breakers off for the AC. And they would stay on whenever it was running, but they would not. And it didn't matter how much I high idled it. I don't have no idea why it kept blowing the breakers for the air conditioning. Got down there. I've got the opportunity to maybe get an hour and a half sleep before whoever's supposed to load us is going to show up. And we're trying to idle it, and that thing. We're in Texas in July, I want to say.
All right.
It's hot. And man, there's no sleeping. I mean, I ended up crawling back into the driver's seat and just trying to close my eyes, but I'm not sleeping. And she's awake now because she got hot.
Right.
And so we're just basically just sitting there trying to not sweat too much. And so we get loaded, and there were a couple other trucks with us. They weren't anybody I was real friendly with or anything. They were just CB buddies, same company, but that was about it. So we got loaded, and I hung around and helped load everybody else, and then I was the last guy out. And we stopped, once we got up on Highway 270, we got up to the Interstate 40, and there was a truck stop there that had buffalo burgers.
Nice.
Okay. But never had a buffalo burger. Yeah, buffalo burger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Santa's disgusted because she thinks they're cute. Well, cows are cute too, and I'll eat them also.
Yeah. Look at me, no animals real safe.
Yeah,
I
let things like my conscience and eating something cute stop me.
Right.
No, they're delicious.
The cuter the better.
That's right.
But so we stopped, got fed, so now I'm well fed and sleepy-er, and away we go. And as we're heading up the road, we're going north. The truck in front of me, as he goes by, there's maybe a quarter mile between us. He's in front of me, I'm in the middle, and the other guy, this is after we'd left the truck stop, is behind me. So there must have just been 3 of us now. Did I say that? He goes past this sale barn off on the right, and as I'm coming up, here comes a pickup that pulls out right in front of me, and damn it, I don't want to stomp my brakes because cows don't like being shook up and knocked down. Yeah. So I swing out to go around him. Well, in the meantime, he gets on it. Now I've got a Volvo white cab over that's governed to 62 miles an hour. And will not go any faster than that, no matter how hard I pray.
All right.
That guy, he gets up to speed as coming around this long gradual corner, coming down off a hill, and I see a car that's starting to come. So I go to back off. So does this guy.
Oh, yeah.
So I get on it again, and it's just soon as I get around him, I swing in and miss the car. Did not hit anything.
That's a first today. Isn't it?
Yeah.
And but I dropped one tire off of the pavement, and it'd been raining out there. And this Oklahoma, that area, Oklahoma's got a bunch of red dirt, so it's red mud.
Right.
And so my tire kind of gets sunk in against it at the cement highway, and that it's acting like a curb. I can't get back up onto the road. I'm just going along here, trying to slow down, and I'm going on this gradual curve. Well, cows, they will lean against a curve, but only for a little while. You know, like on a motorcycle where you lean into it.
Yeah.
They'll lean into it if they feel themselves being pulled to one side. They'll lean into it, but only for a while because they're stupid. And
They're delicious, though.
But they are delicious.
I mean, that's what makes them so good.
Yeah, and so I could feel when they decided to straighten back up.
Yeah.
As soon as they did that, all of a sudden I could just feel this happening, and I told my wife, I said, "We're going over," and last thing I heard her say was no.
No. Oh, fine. We won't go over today.
Yeah. And over we go, and I don't. That was about as far as I remembered at the time. Was I woke up and I'm about 60 feet out in front of the truck. The only thing I can say is that when I hit the when we hit the ground, it threw me out through the windshield, and then the truck hit me and sent me flying. And I couldn't see her, but there were a lot of cows walking around.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and well, I heard her because she was shouting for me, and but I'm in and out of consciousness. I'm not. I'd scalped myself going out the windshield. I actually had hair then.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so I took a pretty good chunk of it out. So I'm pretty sure I had a concussion going on, and amongst a few other things. And all right, so they bring an ambulance, 2 females, fairly slight built females. Now I was thinner then than I am now, but I've never been small.
Preach, brother. I get it.
Yeah. So I have a separated pelvis. I have a concussion. I don't feel well at all. I have to get off this gurney and kind of help myself up the hill because they can't. I would have liked to have seen a video of them trying to muscle me up this hill.
You know what?
Yeah.
EMTs are tough. You'd be shocked.
I get it, but
You'd be shocked.
But you know, this was just not a good situation for him. The cops could have helped.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but anyway, so you know, long story short, her and I went to the hospital in Watonga, Oklahoma. Watonga, Oklahoma is not a big town.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah,
Not a metropolis.
It you know, I mean, they've got their suburbs, but yeah, it's the Brush Emporium is about the size of the Watonga hospital.
Nice.
They take me in there while I'm in the emergency room. Cop comes in and lays a ticket on my chest. Thank you.
Yeah.
And why do we always thank them?
Because you have to.
Well, yeah, they are wearing a gun, but damn,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And so we spent 3 days there. Like I said, it separated my pelvis. Lots of, I mean, I am black and blue. Everything in my waist is black and blue.
Right.
And I mean everything is black and blue. And
You got a porn pee-pee? Is that what you're trying to? Is that where you're going with this, Rob?
no, Larry,
Okay, all right,
why
I'm
is
just saying.
why is your brain going there?
Because
Larry?
you said everything is black and blue below the waist.
I didn't know. I kind of made a motion.
No, you said below the waist.
That's
Didn't
an
you?
image I don't want to get.
Enjoy that nightmare fucking fuel.
Try to get that out of your head now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
More
but
alcohol.
the worst of that whole thing was that I almost killed my wife because she ended up literally under the truck. She ended up where the passenger side door is in her lap, and she's outside. Here's the roof of the cab is right here. She's under the passenger side. Like I said, that mud that caused this wreck is what saved her life. Because it just smashed her down in, and so she didn't have any broken bones or anything like that. Now she ended up with some really bad contusions and some internal bleeding in her leg.
Sure.
That got pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that was actually one of the reasons we stayed as long as we did, because they didn't want her flying until they could get things under control that way. But the reason I came up with that cows will kill you is she's the one that was telling me the whole reason she drug herself out from underneath that truck was because as she's kind of laying there thinking about here comes all these cows and she's sure these cows are going to step on her. so she manages to push herself, superwoman, pushes herself out from underneath this truck.
Oh, yeah.
And,
that cow catches you in the chest. What's the average cow weigh?
Yeah, well, those were they were going up to a feedlot, so they were probably 600 to 800 pounds.
Yeah, that kills you.
Yeah. Them little hoofs.
Although I gotta tell you, Rob. Or I'm sorry, are you done?
I can be.
Oh no.
There are aftermath, but yeah, that was a wreck. Yeah.
I was gonna tell you, I was one of those EMTs, and that young cop. I'd have been like that cop, and like he died on the scene. Like he's still alive. Clack clack clack. How about now?
You put him down just like a cow with a broken leg.
Have you seen our coroner? Big strong guy. He can hold this big thick bastard up the hill.
Call the coroner. Tell him to bring the chainsaw.
Yeah. So he wrecked the truck, sir, and it's a crazy thing. He fell on 3 bullets. I don't know what the hell they're doing out there. He fell right in his forehead, man. Smacked him.
Well, yeah, and back to the thing was, I actually can't talk too bad about that cop because I had a sawed-off shotgun in that cab.
Yeah, nothing, huh?
And everything that was in that cab, all my clothes, everything, ended up out in front of that truck.
Right.
Everything that was loose in that cab ended out there. And you know what? I didn't get a ticket, I didn't get charged, and I never saw that gun again. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah. There's an officer that's got that as a trophy somewhere.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hope he enjoys it.
Hope he's not killing somebody with it with your fingerprints all over it. That's what I hope.
It doesn't have my name attached to it anyway.
Okay, so. Right. I don't want to know about that. So.
No, you don't.
What do you think about that one, Randy?
That could make sense too. I'm not.
Yeah. Do you have one in mind? Do you think might be a lie?
You know what? It's going to be between the.
Hold on. Don't say it yet. Don't say it yet. Okay.
Yeah.
But you have kind of an idea?
Yeah, I think so. I think I do.
I think I do too, actually. Yeah. I think I got a slight idea. So, what we do now is we rock, paper, scissors to see which one of us has to actually take the first guess.
Okay.
All right. Do you 3 pump or 4 pump? What's that?
Can I guess?
You can.
I win.
Yeah, I know you will.
3.
You do 3? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Was it ready? All right. Ready? See, there's 3 pumpers and 4 pumpers, Randy.
Yeah.
You're a 3 pumper.
Yeah.
Oh, you're aware. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. What are you, Rob? You one of those filthy 4 pumpers? Or you a 3 pumper?
These are personal questions that I don't think I should have to answer.
All right. So we got 3 stories, Randy. We got combines will kill you, cows will kill you, and meth heads will kill you. What are you thinking, brother?
You know what? I'm going to go with cows will kill you.
Really?
I think that's the one that's made up.
Really? Okay. All right.
Was it the Buffalo Burgers that threw you on
I
that?
think that's, yeah. And plus, I don't know if Sana would ever get in a truck with you.
Boom. Fucking boom. That's number 2. You just wrote a number down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the cows will kill you is true. I also think the meth heads will kill you is also true. I'm taking combines will kill you for the simple reason it didn't have as much detail as the other 2. The other 2 you told as if they were memories you were regurgitating in your brain. This one kind of, I don't say generic, but I mean it was something that could be easily made up on when you have to for this podcast. So I'm going to take number 1. You're going to take cows? Number 2. But before you flip that over, I do want to say thank you to the Brush Emporium. Thank you so much for giving us this podcast studio down here to have. What do you guys think, by the way?
Great place, yeah.
Yeah. It beats the heck out of that barbershop you had me at.
Yeah, Carrie Ankrum, man, I'll never hear that. It's City Barbershop. I know you're
Once
bald.
again.
I know we took a bald guy to a barbershop.
Yeah.
2 bald
Really?
guys to a
Really?
barbershop. We love you. We love you, Carrie Ankrum. You know Carrie, don't you?
Yeah.
Because if you're not, you two are the only two who don't get your hair cut at DFA from her, so she knows everybody else, including Paul. I think Paul stops in there on the way back to Otis. So, anyway, thank you, Brush Emporium. Thanks for giving us this spot down here. And if you haven't been to the Brush Emporium, 210 Clayton Street, what are you waiting for? You guys got a chance to eat here yet?
I was going to today if the wife would have came.
Oh, you should take some pizza home for Mama. They got great wings, all that stuff here. It's a lot of good food here. And if you want to do something for the family, they got a great area upstairs, a lot of seating, and they have the old school board games up there. So if you want to come in and play a little Battleship Monopoly with the family, back to when it was an old school thing to do, family game night, get them off the PlayStation 5. Also, it's a local business, local people. They have a lot of cool gifts up there. If you're looking for a gift, come check out the Brush Emporium, 210 Clayton Street, man. Thank you so much to those guys. They've been amazing with everything. So, and if you like what you saw today, on the bottom right hand corner of the screen there's a little red dot. That's our subscribe button. It's a small click for you, but a huge click for us, man. We really appreciate it. So I got my horn done. I'm taking number 1. My man here's taking number 2. Let's see your board there, Rob.
So you guys neither one of you thought that the milk truck was a bullshit?
Number 1. What's not true about it?
Actually, it happened not quite the way I said it did.
Okay.
He hit my mirror and busted the window, kind of tweaked the door.
Yeah.
But that's as far as it went.
Okay.
I did pull over at this place, and I did go to a doctor to get the glass out of me. But yeah, there was no massive wreck. The door wasn't hanging off. There was no damage to the trailer or anything else. It was just my mirror and my window.
Okay.
And that was it.
Not too bad though. No doctor scrubbing it in your eye.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That part was
happened.
true. Yeah, that's what I said. This is.
And so number 2 is a true story. Cows will kill you.
Yeah, that was. Try to stay upright in your truck. It's.
That's a wild story.
Yeah.
That is truly a wild story.
I maybe thought that was one. Of course, I have went through the windshield of a cab over too. So.
Have you really?
Yeah.
No shit.
I've been up by.
Not that
in
I
Wyoming.
necessarily advocate for them, but seatbelts can have their purpose.
Yeah. You went through the front windshield.
Yeah.
How about that mess you up?
It really didn't. The worst thing is, I just had bought a pair of, at that time, really expensive shark skin boots from down in Mexico.
Okay.
And I tore my boots up going through the windshield.
That's what you're mad about.
That's what pretty pissed me off. Yeah.
With a truck, these boots are hard to get.
I had to sneak these across the border in some unsavory places.
Damn it!
What caused that?
I fell asleep. Yeah.
Oh, really?
One time I fell asleep at the wheel. Yeah.
That's scary shit, man. That's scary
outside
shit.
of Chugwater, Wyoming. Yeah.
And nothing, man. That's crazy. You're lucky to be alive too, then.
Yeah. Actually,
like the immortal Rob. Number 3 is actually a true story. Meth heads will kill you.
Yeah. That it happened just like that.
So I heard a different story. Maybe it wasn't you I heard about. Maybe it was a different driver that has hit a motorcycle by Plattner.
It wasn't me.
Okay.
By Plattner.
A motorcycle went right underneath the truck. It was like a suicide thing.
Yeah. Well, that was there was one
in between Brush and Morgan.
Shilling. Yeah.
No, this one was out by Yuma, but Plattner almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That was one of our drivers.
Right.
On the motorcycle.
With one of our drivers, and he was on his day off, and he was just heading out that way. It seemed, I think, if I remember right, he had somebody who was a shop in Yuma that he dealt with, and he was just heading out there, and right there at the Plattner station and stuff, right at that intersection, he was right behind 2 bull wrecks, and there was a farmer that was waiting for the bull wrecks to come by, and he didn't pay any attention to Greg. As soon as the bull wrecks, from looking at a distance, all he saw was the bull wreck and didn't notice Greg right behind him. As soon as they went by, he pulled out, and that was it.
What year was this? Around ballpark.
2001.
Okay.
It was
never mind.
just before 9/11.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like
So he didn't see 9/11.
no,
Huh.
no. The only reason I remember all that is my wife's grandfather died just before that, and he was while she was out there for that got killed, and I'm thinking that I don't remember if they had his funeral right after 9/11, but yeah, he was dead by 9/11.
That's bad. It's such a dangerous job at times. You know,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
it's crazy, and almost me, knock on wood. You know, I've been very lucky. I mean, I took a truck off the side of a scale one time, which I was a little nervous about till someone called me a dumbass. That's what the first thing he came out and said. Well, dumbass. Hey, Randy, I think I made a mistake. Well, what'd you do? I said I kind of halfway got on the scale. He's like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I attempted to get on the scale and I halfway succeeded. That's what I mean, Randy.
Yeah, look at the glass half full, Randy.
Yeah, you get like, Jesus, dumbass. Like, I know. God, I know. Jeez, I know. So, you guys always tell me stories like even like Donnie and those guys, and a lot of guys that have retired. Jerry Green is the king of that shit. But if you had to do it all over again, would you be a truck driver in your young age?
Man, I guess it would be if like you offered me the chance at a time machine, the answer is no, or the answer is yes. I would do everything the same.
Okay.
If I had the opportunity to go back and change anything, I wouldn't, because anything you change, I mean, what you have now doesn't exist.
Right.
So you can't change anything in the past. If you could, you shouldn't,
Right.
because you will if you enjoy what you got now.
Right.
And so I guess the simple answer is yes, but it's not like I set out to be a truck driver.
Yeah.
It was just wanted to go to school, couldn't afford to, and don't know what it really was. I probably would have been a teacher if I could have afforded to go to school, because I think I'm just the guy to mold young minds.
Listen, Rob, I don't want to interrupt you, but you don't have the patience to be a teacher, okay?
Oh, and I wanted to be a high school teacher too.
Yeah, good luck with that, Rob.
Plus, he'd be in prison now.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would.
I'll guarantee nobody's floating through my class.
Yeah, I guarantee they're not the Fort Morgan High School strangler, Rob Funderhide.
Yeah.
You angry son of a bitch. That's how about you, Randy? Would you go back and do it all over
Yeah,
again?
you know what? The early days of trucking, we had a blast. We
Yeah.
really did. The guys that I worked with, we got along, and
Yeah.
it was an adventure. And
Yeah.
we went on an adventure all the time. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd try to stay on the road more. Try not to fall into the ditch. That's
Nobody's perfect, man.
nobody's perfect.
stay
yeah,
upright.
so.
That's that hurt.
That was not fun. And you did a lot of music back in the day too, Randy.
Yeah, that was fun.
How'd you pull that off with Chuck Over the Road, man?
You know what? Just kind of. Sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't.
Right.
So yeah, it just
We're gonna get this guy on to tell some stories, right, Rob? That's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, he'll.
See,
Yeah.
he
You could have him fill up the next month or so.
Yeah, I know. I could. He's being kind of quiet because we kind of just forced him on it. We just kind of told him like, "Well, Cage can't make it, so you're up there, slugger." So
Randy Weimer, part 104.
yeah, well, you know what? Part one starts. So I'm gonna get a hold of you, Randy. So as soon as you get to feeling better, Randy took too many steroids and crushed somebody. Anyway, Rob, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah, not a problem.
And Randy, thanks for jumping in,
You
bro.
bet, no problem. Yeah.
You thought you were gonna sit back, have a beer, enjoy some stories,
It
and
was
then
fun. Yeah.
and then you had to jump in and work for a living.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah.
Son of
That's
a-
the way it always works. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I'm Moose Lundstrom. It's my man Randy Weimer, and we'll touch you next time. Peace.